Warthog Princess, and welcome to another Vera Bradley haul. This haul comes from the retail side. It's several different orders from different stores. They were all like phone orders, maybe online order, but they were items that were on sale. So the sales, as the stores were reopening, they all had a 30% off sale for that weekend, the Thursday to Sunday when they opened. So I took advantage of those in different places. And then I also had some coupons for $20 off 75. So between all of that, everything ended up being about 50% off, which is a good deal. So I'm really happy with that. And I made it worth their while to give me those discounts. So anyway, but before I get into the haul, today I was at Target and I grabbed some Vera Bradley Venus razors. Now, if you recall, you may or may not have heard, last year they did a collaboration and they came out with a reusable razor with replacement heads, and then they also came out with disposable razors and they come in packs of 3. Those two patterns, I have shown them. I will put a link here to last year's video. And then right behind that, I'll put another link right there for the pictures I took today at Target, just to show like the availability of the items and what the patterns look like. And hopefully those pictures are good enough to give you an idea. So I'll put both of those videos right there for you, back to back. But what I do, I actually like, last year and this year, I like the disposable ones better. They just have more pattern on them. Because on the reusable one, it's like, last year it was a pink one with like purple edge, and then just the head of the tail. The head of the tail doesn't make sense. But like the tail end, like this little nub at the end of the handle was the pattern. I'm like, well, that's not even barely, that's like, Vera, okay. But the disposable ones, as you can see, have pattern on the entire handle. So I like that better, and that just makes more sense. Plus I use a lot of disposable razors at home. And when I'm traveling, I use a little mini thing. It's in my travel video when we were talking about, anyway, it's a disposable razor, but it's a small handle and it's perfect for travel size and it's great. So I got replacement heads for them, and this is actually last year's replacement heads because this year had that easy glide like edges on it, and with the little thing it just doesn't work. So anyway, these are the ones from last year, extra smooth, still available by the way. My store had equal amounts of all parts in both patterns. So I got some replacement heads. These come in 4 cartridges per box, and I got a couple boxes. And then the disposable ones are packs of 3. So pack of 3, and I think the new razors were like $12, and it comes with 1 replacement. So it comes with 1 and then 1 replacement head. So probably like $12 too, or I don't know. I'll put it in the remarks below because I have my receipt. But anyway, it's not important the price. It's just they're available, and the thing is, they're the same price as all the other Venus razors. So you get the Pretty Vera or you get the plain, it's the same price. Same price. So no markup on that. Now, this is the Reactive Large Travel Cosmetic, and this is in the new pattern Itsy Floral. Now, I had one of these. If you recall, I bought one in Sunny Garden, and I'll put a link here for that. But I actually was not a big fan of Sunny Garden, but it was the first and only time this style came out. So I wanted to try it, and I just couldn't get myself to like it more. It's a pretty pattern. I just am not a yellow. It's just not me. And it didn't go with anything I had. So I decided, I just left the tags on it. I did some fit checks, and it's just, it works, but then they came out with Bon Bon Medallion. And so I talked to my store that I order from all the time. I said, hey, can I exchange this for the Bon Bon Medallion? And she said, yeah, no problem. But then she couldn't, there was some system thing, she could not make that happen. But at the same time, she called me and said, yeah, I can't make that work, but I know what you like, and I think you might like the Itsy Floral one. Would you like to substitute that instead? Well, I'd already sent mine back because it's all by phone, and they're in Wisconsin and I'm in Arizona. Anyways, thank you, Diane, because yes, I absolutely love this, and this is the perfect replacement. And I like Bon Bon Medallion, but I think this is the right answer. So well done, and excellent customer service, going above and beyond. So thank you for that. Let's look at this though. Okay, so this is Reactive. It's that water repellent material made from recycled plastic bottles. It has a top handle to carry, and then it unzips. It does have a chunky zipper on the main pocket and on the front pocket, but the side zippers are the regular nylon zippers. But look at this interior. It's just awesome. Like at first I was saying teal, but it's like a turquoise. It's a deep, I really think it works really well with, look how it brings out those colors in the pattern as well. I do like the floral versus the cotton pattern, the Itsy Ditsy. It's just too busy for me, and the colors are just not quite right for me. A little too red for my taste, but this has a good mix of colors. I mean, you just look at the types of flowers and the colors that they are. Move this tag out of the way. So you have all these different, you have like posy looking ones, you have daisy looking ones, you got carnation looking ones. It's not a rose, but you got some other, so just a variety. A lot of different flowers, which is really cool. But the colors, you know, it's not too much of any one color. And the greens are kind of like a pale green to me. I think it would have been nice to have not quite as much of that lime green and a little bit more of blended greens, but it's lovely. It really is. So that's a look at the pattern. And here's on the back, there's more of the teal flowers and a variety of colors. So anyway, it's fun. I think you can't get bad placement. I do think I got good placement. But the bag itself has a pocket up on top. It is clear plastic in front and just nylon in the back, but a nice size pocket is basically the whole lid there. Then inside is plastic lined all around. You have two elastic mesh slip pockets, and then on the front side you have three more. They're a little bit smaller, but three of them lined up, and there's your elastic. Like I said, plastic lined all around. And it is a good size. I mean, this is a good size cosmetic. This is very similar to the one that I'm already using, which is not Vera. It's a German brand actually. But I'll put a link here if that's not the same one I just already linked earlier. I'm in a linking mood. Aye, there you go. But anyway, I did a comparison side by side between these and also the trolley from Lug. So it was a great side by side comparison. And we actually stuffed stuff in it to see where things fit and all that. So the ends are nylon. This one, it feels like plastic, but there's actually, because it's the layer behind it. But there you go. And the other side is the same. Oh, no, I lied. This one's plastic lined. So one side's plastic lined and one side is not. Okay. Yeah, I don't know why I didn't remember that. I think I was just as surprised last time too. Okay, and this one, it's not a drawbridge. Like on trolley, on Lug trolley, you have like a drawbridge gusset right here, so things aren't gonna just slide out when you open it up. This one doesn't have that, but it is plastic lined throughout, and you have lots of elastics to put things. So you can put makeup brushes. This is a great brush compartment. I don't use brushes, so I could put other things like toothbrush and all your other dental tools or chapstick or whatever. You can put a lot of other things there. Or just ignore them and put other things in that pocket. You can do what you want. It's a very versatile bag, actually. And when you're not using it, it does excuse me. It does fold flat. So like you can just squish it down and fold the ends in, and it's sort of pretty flat so that the top's just hanging out there. So there you go. The large travel cosmetic. Okay, this next item. So I dare not take back my shout out to my lovely ladies in Wisconsin. But what happened, there was a miscommunication, and it happens, I wanted this bag, the baby backpack. Is that the name of it? Yeah, backpack baby bag in black performance twill, which is what this is. And unfortunately what got sent was the ultimate baby bag. And it was regular, not performance twill. So then we fixed that, and they sent the performance twill, but they still sent the ultimate baby bag and not this. It's all sorted, obviously, and here is the other. And nobody's any the worse for the wear. It was just a little bit of a twirl. But it happens. So patience is a virtue, and I've been practicing them a little bit lately. But outstanding customer service, just getting it all right in the end. So thank you again to those folks, Diana in particular. All right, so the backpack baby bag. This is Performance Twill. It has the metal tag on the bottom. It has 2 pockets in the front, main pocket, plus it has this hooded magnet pocket. On the sides, it has cargo slots. There is another pocket on the back, nice big pocket, and great straps, has a trolley sleeve. So let's look at the details in this now. It's a good sized bag. I would say it's a large bag, definitely. And it's just a little bit heavy, not heavy like obscenely or anything, but it's Performance Twill. So if you're not familiar, it is heavier than the cotton and any of the other materials. It's just slightly heavier, empty. So something to consider if weight is a factor for you. It does also have a hook on the side. Well, I say hook, it's a loop. So it's not a clip or anything, but you can add a carabiner to that to make it quick access for yourself. But it is just a loop on there. So you can't just clip your keys on. You need to actually have something on your keys to clip to. Okay, but let's get inside. We got double zipper on the front pocket. This pocket zips all the way down and it is gusseted. So nice pouch there, and it opens up nice and wide, really, really accessible. And you have one big mesh cargo pocket right there. And a pretty interior pattern. This is the same as it has been for the black Performance Twill. And I think these zippers, these silver zippers, just look so sharp on these bags. I really like them. So black is not so boring when it's dressed up, Vera style. But this bag, it has pretty good depth to it. So nice bag with the double zipper there. The ribbon pulls are those like ribbed ribbons, plain black. And they're pretty robust, they're pretty well on there. And then the second pocket, also double zipper, and it zips around also to the bottom, also gusseted on the sides. And this also opens, look how well that opens up. I mean, you really can get into here. Now, why am I buying a baby bag when I don't have a baby? I don't have any kids, I've never had a baby. Because they make excellent bags. And they come with extra stuff. Okay, so what are the extras? Well, first of all, you get a changing mat. I obviously do not need that, but these are great for so many other things. And look, I mean, it's quilted, it has a little bit of padding, it's nylon on both sides. So look, I mean, it's a mat to do crafts on, or to work on a project, or a picnic mat, you know, or you can do it for so many other things. It's great, right? So that's one extra thing you get with a baby bag. All right, this bag, the pocket here, you can put that in the front, you can put it in here. This pocket is an interesting pocket because it is quite large, and if you look back here, it's like 2 inches deep. And when you go to the inside of the bag, it shares space. So this pocket has its own space, but then it also shares space with the interior. So I don't know if you're gonna be able to see this very well. Here, let me try. See right here, this right here, this stripe, this is that interior pocket. So it will push in or it'll be all the way back. So it actually gets bigger, you know, so it's gonna compete for space on that inside wall, but it's interesting. I just think that's really kind of a cool concept, because maybe you have bigger items that you need to put in this pocket. Personally, I can just envision, like, put the changing mat in the front with some other things, like your wipes maybe and your creams, and then put a bunch of diapers in here, and because there's no pockets or anything, it's just an open zone. And then you have this pocket. This is so cool. So it's pretty good size. It has some depth to it. You really can't see that anywhere, but it's good size. And then it's hooded, so it's kind of an interesting concept here, but the hood has a little give too, so I love magnet pockets. Magnets. Yeah, I don't know. That's really cool. Okay, so now we're in the main compartment. You have your other freebie. So, I say freebie, whatever, it comes with it. So it's a ditty bag. It's not a regular ditty bag. It doesn't have the bucket bottom. It's a square style, right? It's nylon. It's got this, you see the diamond VBs on there, and then the tag Vera Bradley. But it's double pull, which I like these better. So you got the double drawstring pull. And it is plastic lined. So it's a thin nylon exterior, but it's plastic lined interior. I mean, who doesn't need an extra little ditty for really any bag, baby or not? I think it's great. And it doesn't have to be wet stuff either. I mean, you know, you can put all kinds of things in there. And that cinch, I just love the double pulls. I wish they were all like that. Yeah, just quick and easy, good cinch. So you got that. That comes with it. Not big enough for shoes. Well, kids' shoes, but not big enough for my feet. But you can use that for other travel, other bags. Okay, so let me close this pocket real quick. Nice big front pocket. It's just such a different configuration than any of the other styles of backpacks that I have from Vera so far. So how to get it, because I like the differences. All right, inside this main pocket, you have a little loop. Again, it's not a hook. I wish it was the other end, you know, but it's a loop. So you just put a little carabiner on there and you have your hook already built in, or you keep the hook on your key side and put your keys there. You can hook other things too, not just keys. And then you have two big pockets right here. Now these are different than the rest of the normal backpacks from Vera. These are actually not just that top third. They go all the way, most of the way down. Not quite. I mean, they're about 2 inches from the bottom, but they're long, they're tall. So I'm not exactly sure the design concept there, but I think maybe that's because you can put bottles in there. But in any case, they're tall, so you can put tall things in there or a whole bunch of little things stacked on top of each other. Whatever you want to do there. So it's a pretty simple bag once you get into the main compartment. I'm trying to see if there's anything else. One thing about it though, it is a pretty pattern, but it is kind of a dark inside, which generally is not a problem for me. But I suppose it could be if you're looking inside for stuff. Okay, so that's the 1 pocket, 2 pocket, 3 pocket, main pocket. The cargo pockets on the side, these are very robust and they are insulated, which I love. Like, wouldn't it be great if they were all insulated in all the backpacks? Maybe it's not necessary, but it's always good to have. And you can't go wrong with an insulated bottle in an insulated pocket. Or maybe you have medications or other things. Yeah, obviously baby bottles, that's great. But awesome. I love that. And then you have this side pocket right here. Pretty good size zipper. It's not big enough for like a tech pocket. It's not. It is padded on, well, it is kind of padded. But it's not big enough. You could fit a mini iPad or a small tablet in there for sure. But it's about, you know, it's about the size of this pad. You know, it's about yay big, the pocket, approximately. So there's that. You got your carrying handle, which is reinforced. It has like a faux leather tab wrapped around it, so it's nice. You know, you get a hold of it. And the handles, I mean the straps, I don't know, they don't seem that padded. They are padded, but I don't know. They seem kind of generic. I haven't weighted it down and tried it since I just got the bag. But I'm thinking they're ergonomic for sure. Let me try and put this thing on and see how it feels. Go to big girl size. Let's just see. Well, it is very generous. There's plenty of size, but actually they're pretty comfortable. But again, it's not got anything in it, so I think it would be fine. There's no chest strap, doesn't need one. Anyway, I like there's plenty of adjustability. Awesome. Okay, and then last thing on here, let's flip these around. On the back here, you have a trolley sleeve, and it does seem nice and wide. So I think that'll be great. It's very robust. It's not just gonna rip off, you know, whatever. So that's great. The only thing that I would think differently of if I did have a baby or if I was using a stroller or something like that, there's no way to hang that. I mean, you could hang the straps over it, I guess, but unlike some of the other baby bags that have those shoulder or stroller straps with a Velcro or something, you don't have anything to like. I don't think it's needed. Maybe I'm just thinking out loud. All right, let me put these back in this big old pocket right here. Super cool. And in case you haven't seen some of the other videos on the topic, like the stroll around baby bag, stroll around diaper bag, they make great travel bags. Those ones have the entire inside is like vinyl coated. So yeah, you can use and abuse them and just wipe it right out. It's kind of cool. All right, moving right along. We didn't get very far yet. All right, so then we got the cooler backpack. This I have already, well, not in this pattern. So Reactive Cooler Backpack, this is Sea Life, obviously. I got this in beach twill from the paper store when it first came out, and I really, really liked it. And I have the drawstring family tote in the Sea Life pattern, and I just thought, you know, I like to mix things up, but sometimes I like to matchy-matchy, and I thought, well, if I'm going on the boat with my family in Virginia, then we'll take the cooler tote and the drawstring, we have our towels. I think it'd be great. So I got it, because that made sense to me. I don't need a whole lot of encouragement. I'll just buy it. Okay, but let's look at this pattern. This pattern is really cool. I generally am totally against white background items, but it's reactive, so it's wipeable. It's not just gonna pick up dirt like the cotton would, which is why I didn't buy cotton. But it also is, I think the colors and stuff, it is fine. The pattern itself has turtles, seahorses, crabs. It has shells of all different kinds, anemones and whatnot. It has sand dollars in it. It has silhouettes of other things, you know, shells and whatnot. And this one doesn't have lobsters, but it does have an octopus, which we can see really well right here on the back, this fun little octopus on there. So you got your blues and teals and your bright reds, or it's kind of an orangey red, but very cool, a nice blend of the colors all across. And then you have this very nautically themed ropes and stars and all that. But one little thing, if you haven't seen or heard yet, there's a hidden VB in the pattern. So you're not going to see it on this particular snapshot because it's above and between the crabs. So this one's cut off, but there is one on the front, so I will show you. But just looking at where the pattern placement, I've got a strap right through the octopus there, but it got all the colors. What have we got on this side? Got the crabs, yeah, and then the back side of the straps. Yeah, nobody's gonna see that anyway, but lots of half seahorses, top halves, bottom halves. Not a lot of intact seahorses, but here we are, prominently right on the front, not centered, but it's fine. You really can't get a bad placement with this. You could get your favorite critters centered a little better, but here's the two crabs, so above and between. There's your VB hidden right in the pattern right there. Ta-da! So fun little tidbit. All right, these straps, it is a nylon seatbelty material, you know, there's slicky nylon. There's a good strap drop though, and they do fall flat down. So when you're using it as a backpack, that works. One thing though is the backpack, you know, when you're using the backpack, that strap, it falls on top, or you can let it fall forward. Because it's long enough and floppy enough, it falls no problem. It won't be a factor for use. Okay. Straps have a good drop. They're not big enough for me to put up on my shoulder, but that's okay. They have front pocket. Oh, there's just tags everywhere. Front pocket is a chunky zipper, reactive standard. Not keen on the inside. I mean, tan. It could have been any of these colors. I'd have been happy, but tan, yeah, it's okay. Whatever. It's light. You can see inside. It's sand colored, so okay. I guess I see that connection. And you have big mesh pocket here. It's like 2/3, and then you have a smaller mesh pocket here. And then you have some good space in there. It does have its own space, little gusseted. That's good. So nice chunky zipper. There you go. Side pockets, generously sized. They're not insulated. The one on this side is slightly smaller. The one on this side is slightly bigger. I don't know if that's all of them. I don't remember my other one being like that. But I do think it's intentional because this one also has a second pocket on it. So you have a chunky zipper and a zipper pocket. Oh, look, perfect. Perfect seahorses right on my pocket there. So that's really cool. Okay, so you have a zipper pocket, and then behind that you have the slip as well. Okay, on the back you have a side pocket, and that opens up. It is about the same width as the one we just looked at, so it kind of goes across about the width of the zipper there. And this is a nylon zipper, not a chunky one. Nice and smooth though. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the outside. Inside, very simple. It is the doctor bag opening. So you have like a frame in there and then it opens nice and wide opening into the bag. And there you go, just a big rectangle. There's another octopus. Yeah, but it's insulated and plasticized. So whether you need insulation or not, very, very wipeable. And there you go. This actually came up as a question, you know, do they keep things cold? They're insulated, but they don't produce coolness. So if you want things in here to stay cold, you need to put ice in there. So gel packs and things like that are great, like the reusable, refreezable stuff. You could put free ice cubes in there, you know, just basic ice, but realize that any seams in this, it might melt through, so that might leak through. If you're gonna use ice cubes, I recommend putting them in a Ziploc bag, and that way as they melt, it's not gonna leak out your bag, and you won't have everything inside getting all wet either. You know, standard cooler things. But you do need to put something cool in here. It will insulate from some heat, but it's not gonna hold it cold all day. It's just not designed for that. Which isn't a flaw in the design, it just is what it is. So do put ice in it if you want things to stay cold. All right, so that's the cooler backpack. Then we got a little bit of a theme. These were sold out online, but as I've said before, sometimes when they're sold out online, whatever it is, you can sometimes call a store and they can either have it in local inventory or they can check the store inventory in their system and they can find it. So that is what happened with these. Now, these are drink huggers. We got Make Waves in Seahorse, of course, and Seize the Day in Sea Life. And I got these actually for a non-standard purpose. I haven't decided for sure, but I thought they'd make great, like, clangor prevention. Like I have a bunch of water bottles that are a nice big size around, but they're all metal, like a bunch of, you know, stainless steel mugs. And when you put them together in a bag, they all bang against each other. But I thought if I just cut this bottom piece off and then I use this as a sleeve, I can slide it up, you know, in the middle of the bottle, and it's not gonna help keep it colder or anything. You don't really need a grip on it, but I just thought maybe that would keep them from banging each other. Maybe. That's what I got them for. That's what I'm gonna do with them. I really hate like modifying things, like cutting up beautiful things, but I think it'll be worth it. I think it'll be worth it. It's gonna work great. All right, Seahorse, of course. I got a small cosmetic, or it's actually a mini cosmetic, and it's just a standard cosmetic. It has the inside of Sea Life. You can see there. Got beautiful. And it's actually, this is another thing to point out that Vera has started to do on some things. This is a scaled down version of, see that? See how small those seahorses are compared to on here? We have these big old seahorses in a scaled up version. So I think that's really smart. And so on your smaller items, you don't have to miss out. You're not gonna get like one seahorse eye because that's all that fits on a Zip ID. You know, you're gonna get actually the proper pattern. So very smart and very cool. And it's not always applicable, but on a pattern like this, I think that is very smart. So this bag, inside I have a perfect seahorse pair with the anchor in between, but the zipper goes right through their heads, so you don't really get to see that. Again, this pattern, you can't get bad placement really, but headless seahorses is probably about as bad as I think it could get. I still like it, it's still fine, but I have some nice anchors, I've got a good row of stars, I've got, you know, other things. It's redeemed by the back, it's redeemed. I have a perfect pair of seahorses fully intact and they're almost perfectly centered. So it's okay. It's totally fine. It's totally fine. But things I look at, I'm like, anything except headless critters. Man, I got headless critters. But that's okay. You go with what you got sometimes. Sometimes I have pattern placement assistance, and sometimes you just take a chance. Roll the dice. All right, this is the Vera in Seahorse, of course. Beautiful bag. I love the Vera. I have several of them now, and I've just been on a Vera spree lately. There are 2 here, but I ordered a couple more. Anyway, so it's a beautiful bag. It's bold blue colors with the blue and black and white, and it's nautical themed. which is great. So I could take this on a cruise and feel very, very happy. It has this nice silver zipper. Yay, no more metal ones. Yay, those awful ones. This is beautiful and functional. And then there's a slip pocket behind it. So let's look inside. The zipper pocket, both of these pockets are lined, again, with Sea Life. So Sea Life inside is tan or Sea Life outside and inside on some of the cotton items. But Seahorse, of course, has Sea Life inside. So that's how that pair works. The Vera has, of course, two nice straps. There's no pocket on the back, except up here in the top. There's a hidden pocket right in the inseam there that you can put your phone in, or you can put whatever you want in there, but it's plenty big for the phone. It's actually twice as wide as my phone, so there's a whole other space. So you can put whatever in there. This one does not have a magnetic closure. I do kind of wish it did. It's fine that it doesn't, but I prefer that, and some bags do have them. Makes me curious now. Maybe they don't. Maybe I just wish they did. Anyway, okay, inside standard Vera, you have the zipper closure, and it does have that extra space, so it doesn't have to come together to a point to close. It comes like this, so you don't lose capacity at the top of the bag, which is nice. And you have 6 pockets. You have 3 on each side. There's your slips. 1 in the middle, 1 on the side, and same on the other side. But as you can see, it is still that scaled down version, and you got all the fun critters. And there's another example of the VB hidden in the pattern. And once you see it, you can't not see it. Every time you see those crabs, you're like, oh, VB is right there. How did I not see that? I think it's really funny. Okay, so Seahorse, of course. Tuck the straps back in. And for those who are interested in folding, this particular one has a seam across the bottom, so sometimes they come with that seam folded like that, and they'll come flat. This particular one came with it folded up. So either way, you're going to get a seam that you're going to have to work out when you use the bag or just retrain it. This one, because it has a seam already in the middle, I generally would, I might retrain this to fold it on the seam. The trade-off is this. This one, if it's a seam in the bottom and I go to use the bag will stand, right? That seam will work itself out when I use the bag, because you're going to put things in, it's going to push that down, it's going to work itself out. But this crease right here, where that is, the way it came, it will lay nice and flat, as flat as it gets with all the material. But when you go to use the bag, now it's kind of lopsided. So as soon as you put stuff in there, it'll straighten out a little, but you still have that crease there. So the bag is going to want to have a tendency to lean over there. So that's my logic on that. And this is one of those times where I don't go with what they sent it to me. I will retrain it to get rid of this crease. So that's more for later, but how do you retrain it? A couple different ways. You can just stuff it with stuff until that seam just works itself out, or you can kind of make it a little bit wet to kind of help expedite the process, but then you have to make sure it dries before you store it. I'm just going to stuff it and make it come out on its own because I'm in no hurry. Okay, another Vera. Told you I'm on a kick, right? This is Park Stripe, so this is Performance Twill. This is my first and only Performance Twill Vera. I do have another, I have the work tote. But it's a beautiful pattern. It has those subtle stripes that are in there. You can see them. You don't see them from far away. It just looks like a pretty gray. But this is a great bag. So same configuration we just saw. The inside, and they are patterned. I do like the interior on this a lot. So same pocket on the top, and it too does not have a magnet. So I don't know what bag I was thinking that has a magnet. Maybe it was a leather one or something. And inside you have the same slip pockets all the way around. Same zipper config on the top. But there's your interior pattern. It's just so pretty. There's flowers. And it goes, this is one of those patterns I really, really like that just is very well coordinated with the outside. They both are very pretty in their own right. I would have liked even to see them reverse like some accessories in the other pattern. I like to mix and match like that. But they match so well that they're very, very well matched. We're very compatible. Yeah. So, a lovely Vera to add to the collection. This one has the same folding issue as before, because it's not a rigid bottom. There is something in there that reinforces it. It's not removable anymore though, so maybe that's why in this case this one's more rigid. I might have to leave this one the way it is because that rigid bottom in there is going to be a factor. This one, it's not. There's nothing in there, so I can retrain that no problem. So 2 different situations. One will stay and one will get retrained. I got another mask. I only have one face, but I have like 80 masks now between Lug and Vera and Disney and other whatever. But it's working out well because I'll go through in a day. If I'm out and about, like I had physical therapy, I went to the grocery store, I stopped and got some takeout for dinner the other day. So I like 2 or 3, 4 different places in short spurts, but it's Arizona and I sweat a lot. Like women glisten. Yeah, no, I sweat. So, these are really not helping if they're all wet anyway. So even without the filter, I'll go in, go to the grocery store, do whatever, come out, put the mask in a dirty bag, and then put a clean mask on for the next thing. And so I could go through 4 or 5 in a day easily. Now, I'm not going out every day, so it's still whatever. But I'm not going to run out of masks. But this is the Blue Tropics Tapestry from the outlet side. And I've decided I haven't opened them all, but as I add masks to the rotation, I open them up. Oh! Speaking of masks, I ordered Fruit Grove Travel Takes Eye Mask. I forgot I ordered this. Just a couple days ago, I almost ordered another one thinking, I need a mask. I was going to order the Floating Garden. Anyway, I'm glad I didn't because here it is right here. I already have Fruit Grove and I only need one. Like, I need less of these than masks for sure. But anyway, this is for traveling, obviously. Or even at home, sometimes has a very, very, very super fine, like a microfiber, super soft, really, really soft. Has a slight padding to it, but it's not robust. It's very flimsy. I haven't tried it on yet, but it's such a cute pattern, and then it has those metallic thread for the embroidery for the eyelashes. Super cute. But yeah, so I got the eye mask, and then I got a large cosmetic in Deep Night Paisley. So these are all retiring patterns. So they were either 50% off on their own right for that sale, or I got them at 30% plus $20. Either way, this is not the same. So this is a beautiful purple and blue and teal pattern. It is a navy background, not black. And I got good pattern placement. Again, you can't go bad with this one, but I got a good mix of all the colors and the paisleys, which I really like. Inside pattern is, they're paisleys. They're like a purple paisleys. And of course, the large cosmetic plastic lined inside. The front pocket is not plastic lined, so you can get a little bit better view of that internal paisley. It's like paisley, and then it's not a diamond, it's like a little floral medallion thing. Anyway, okay, so that is that. Oh, I don't want to catch it on the zipper. Then I got 2 Zip IDs in Sea Life. And why did I get 2? Because I needed one. Well, okay, I don't need any, but I wanted one. And then they sent me pictures, because this was a pattern placement assistance, because this is one of those patterns where that is worthwhile. And she sent me 4, and they were great. And I could have taken any one of them and been happy, so I really could have just rolled the dice and taken one up. But since I had the choice, I picked 2, and I'll tell you why I picked these 2. I like all the critters. I am partial to the seahorses. I like the color, and they're usually with the teal, so it goes well. But this one has a perfectly, centered laterally, not vertically, but the octopus. And it also has the top half of a seahorse, so if you're going to be cut off the tail, whatever, okay. And then you have stars, you have all the shells, you have turtles, intact turtles, you got the sand dollar. That's a pretty good snapshot for a small piece. That's damn near perfect. So I couldn't pass that up. The octopus is super cute. And I have the teals and blues as well. And also, the octopus isn't perfectly centered, nor is this, but you do see the ropes. It's very well centered on the piece, which is lovely. And then on the front side, you have the top part of the VB from the crabs, but you have the crab there, and there's the VB, you know, tucked in the side. So that's kind of cool. And then it's just a nice mix. You have an X of the ropes here and an X of the ropes there. So I don't know, it's just very symmetrical. So to me, that was why I chose that. And of course, I have all the critters. I have octopus, turtle, seahorse, crab, and then all the shells. So very, very cool. And then the other one, all right, this one, again, I'm all about all of the critters. Inclusion, right? Inclusion. So I have octopus almost intact. Sorry, that's my weather warning. We have a storm coming. It's monsoon season. We're getting all these little storms every day. Anyway, we got a crab over here. So you can see right there, again, his partner's missing, but there's the VB right between them. You got turtles, sand dollar, and top half of the seahorses. And you have, again, a nice mix. So it's kind of 3 diamonds. You have octopus, crabs, and then you have the seahorses. So a nice triple segment piece, I think well divided. And then on the back, okay, octopus is cut off. He's actually more intact than he looks because, you know, he's inside. His head is cut off, but you have only the top part of his head is cut off. And then inside, there's another octopus right behind it, and he's fully intact. Not that anybody's going to see that, but sometimes just knowing what's on the inside is fun. Other things on the inside, yeah, you've got all the critters, and I have a perfect pair of seahorses. These are not part of the selection process, but a perfect pair of seahorses inside, upside down. Yeah. Front of this one is not as mentioned. Like I said, there's the cut off octopus, but you can definitely tell you've got an intact turtle, you got another part of a turtle, another small turtle, you got the heads of the seahorses, and then you have just some of the ropes and shells around there, so it's totally fine. But I like the backs, so that's why I picked those two. Ta-da! And last, oh nope, not last, 2 more items. Red, white, and blue. I already did the review and the follow-up because there was a lot of items I missed the first time, but these I ordered after both of those were done. I really like red, white, and blue, and I like that it's a floral pattern. It doesn't have to be a patriotic occasion. You can just use it. I think the colors are very nice. You can use that year-round. And like I said, it doesn't have to be patriotic. It can just be pretty flowers, and it is. It does have a little more white in it than my taste because it is cotton, and the white will get dirty fast, I think. So I tend to like the dark backgrounds. In this case, the foreground kind of gives up a little bit more white than I'm comfortable with. But I bought it anyway. I really like it. It will still get used. It'll be great. So this is a campus backpack. It has the regular configuration. If you're not aware, though, they are starting to change the campus and extra large campus. So when you're looking online, make sure you have the variant that you want because they are different. And you'll just have to take a look at that. If you have questions about it, send me a note. You know, my email is always down below in the remarks, or you can just put a comment and I'll reply about what the heck I'm talking about. But you kind of have to see them for yourself. It's just a little different. All right, but this one is the regular one we're used to. I do not like the newer one, by the way. Here's the stars. So this one is star spangled on the inside. And then the second pocket, see, it's silver zippers on the front, and then the regular blue nylon zippers, totally fine. And then here you have big slip, you got clear ID, so you have 2 slips, and then the clear ID on front. You got 3 pen slots, and then a skinny slip over here. Nice amount of space in this pocket, as always, so it's about a good 1/2 inch deep. And unzips really nicely, so you can get well inside there. And I just love the stars. The stars are really, really cool. Nice smooth zippers, which is great. And this has 1 main compartment because it's the campus. And you open it up, you have your 2 elastic mesh things. And what we were talking about before, these ones only go down to about here. So they're short relative to like the baby backpack, which would be twice as deep. So that is the difference there. And then it's just a big pocket. So you have plenty of space. This is quite a good size backpack. So the tip of my finger and all the way to the back, almost all the way back. It's about a finger width is the laptop compartment. So, but most of that is the main compartment. Okay, double zipper, of course. And you zip that right up. It does have ribbon zipper pulls. These are like a nylon ribbon. Yeah, no name on them. These are lined with stars, but you got your 2 cargo pockets on the side, Vera standard. They are elastic. They're not expandable, but they're fine just the way they are. And then you have the laptop compartment, which in this case, you know, they keep changing the positions. For a long time, it was from the top corner to the bottom corner, so it was a diagonal opening. And then for a while, they've been doing the top half opening, like here to here, and it was just that top part. Well, this one is a little bit odd, I think. I say odd just because it's different, and it's asymmetric. I don't know why they do these things, because I'm just a little bit OCD about things. But see, it starts here and it ends down here. So it just seems to me like if they centered that up, then it would be here to here. You know, like here to here or whatever. So let's see, what's the difference in space? Yeah, so it'd be like here to here. So why not make it symmetrical? Or, anyway, not a major thing, but standard is a nylon interior and is padded on both sides. Normal compartment otherwise. I do like the top opening because if you're in school, you know, it's just easier to access. Or if you're at the airport and you're trying to get into it to get your laptop for TSA, you know, it's right there. Okay, last pocket on this one is this side pocket. It's sort of a hidden pocket on the back, but it's great. It's nice big all the way across, and the width of it is about the width of the zipper. So a nice little zipper there. The straps, you have the handle to carry it. This is like a canvas strap, not the slicky nylon. And the same with the straps down here. This is padded and very similar to the baby backpack ones, actually. It's kind of generic. It's fine. They are ergonomically shaped. No chest strap on this one. Not needed. And then, let's flip these around. You got the trolley sleeve. And this one seems a little narrower. I think it would still work. But anyway, there you go. Trolley sleeve. And that is your campus backpack in red, white, and blossom. I didn't even say the name. Sorry. Okay, and now the last item. This is the red, white, and blossom throw, and it's kind of all cattywampus, but I'm not gonna unwrap it. You can see online what the pattern looks like unwrapped, but it is, of course, it's a soft fleece blanket. It's Vera standard. Retails for $55. It's 80 by 50 inches, plush throw, so it is the softer version of the ones that they've been putting out lately. Yeah, but it is soft and it is pretty. I just love those patterns. So you can just see yourself sitting at a 4th of July picnic, not this year, obviously, but next year when life is hopefully a little more normalized, things like that would just be lovely. And anyway, there's Veterans Day, Memorial Day, there's other holidays, so it doesn't have to be a holiday to be red, white, and blue. And that's it for this one. That's plenty big and plenty long. I think I talked a little too much this time. Sorry about that. But hopefully it wasn't just rambling for you. All right. Hope you're doing well. Take care. And don't forget to washy washy. Bye for now.